So these are my everyday carry items I'm using in 2024. Starting here, we have the 2024 Moleskine Weekly Planner. I used to use this little planner actually way back in 2011. And I stopped using them because smartphones came out and everyone was using those for calendar and appointments and to-do lists and stuff. But this year, with trying to use my phone less, I decided why not to go back to the old tried and true Moleskine Weekly Planner. My favorite thing about this is that it's a weekly spread. Each day of the week has a little bit of space, and there is a whole page each week to jot down other things. Sometimes I'll put the project of the week there, to-dos, prayer requests, things like that come along. What I love about this thing is that I can carry it in my back pocket. So I don't have to bring my phone everywhere with me. If someone says, hey, are you available on the 9th? I can check this. My calendar's in there. Anything that comes up can go in here, and I can capture it to my digital devices when I'm at the computer later if I want. To complement the pocket planner, I got a pocket pen. This is the Write in the Rain waterproof olive drab green clicker pen. And I really love this thing. I love the color, I love the simplicity, and because it's so small, it is a perfect complement to the notebook. I can carry this in a front pocket or in a bag, no problem. And the neat thing about it too is it actually has a Fisher Space Pen in it. So you can write anywhere with this, write upside down, you can write in outer space if the need arises. And it's a really neat pen, and it fits the motif of green and black quite nicely. The next thing is this little clip or carabiner, I don't know what you call this thing. It is cool because it's got Velcro, which goes on to like molly webbing if you have that on your bags. I'm going to show you guys in a minute the bag I'm using to carry all of this stuff. But it just looks cool, and it's green. And usually I just use this as a keychain, have my keys clipped on there so I can grab them easily. Next up is the watch. So I do also have an Apple Watch here, and I'll explain why there's two watches in this setup in a second, but I have this Casio classic F91W series quartz watch. And I just love these things. I had one when I was a kid. I just think it looks so cool, and it's so simple. All it has is the clock, an alarm, and a like stopwatch function. But it's so much lighter. I don't feel obligated to always be tethered to like an Apple Watch or my phone. I can check my watch and just see the time and not see a notification. And it's just, I don't know, cool and retro, and it's green and black. Next we have the wallet. This here is the Ferded. I don't know how you say that. It's basically in the style of a Ridge wallet. I used to have a Ridge wallet, but it actually fell apart because I washed it in the washing machine too much. And so I like this style, these slim minimalist wallets, a little spot for cash, but mostly it's just cards. It's not a big trifold giant leather thing in my back pocket. I usually just carry this in my front pocket, and it's just sleek, it's nice. I like the simplicity and the color, and that there's not a bunch of badging on it. Next, I have a flashlight. It is from Hattori. It is a very simple, very cheap flashlight. I think it was $8, but it's cool, it's black, it's simple. Why do I carry a flashlight? Well, because since I'm not actively carrying a phone most days, I miss having a flashlight with me, and I like having this tiny one. The other thing that's really neat about it is you'll notice it has this like S-shaped clip on it. That means you can clip it onto your pocket or something, but also you can clip it onto the brim of a hat. This is really helpful for me. I live out in the country. Sometimes I have to take the trash out at night or do things in the dark, and this basically can turn into a headlamp when you clip it to the bill of your hat. It's plenty bright. One of the things I like about it is that it doesn't have a bunch of features. I really hate those flashlights where you like click it once and it turns on, click it twice, now it's flashing, changes colors. Like, what is that? I just want a flashlight that turns on and off when I click the button. This one fit the bill, and it was only $8. So great one for the kit, and nice and tiny for my pocket. One thing I actually forgot to lay out when I was doing this is this Zippo lighter. It's a simple green Zippo, very simple. Probably shouldn't do that over the camera. I like this a lot. Again, I live in the country. We burn a lot of our trash, like our paper products, boxes, yard clippings, all of that stuff, a big burn pit. And I love a classic Zippo because it just works. It stays lit in the wind, and I can keep it in my pocket because it's small and it's green. And next on our list is this knife. This is the Civivi Praxis mini folding pocket knife. It is really cool, very small, handheld. Again, just great for opening boxes or cutting up boxes that I'm burning. That tends to be what I use it for. I like that it's smaller. They make a bigger version of it as well, but I like to be able to keep this in my pocket or in my little bag. And it is sharp, comes sharp, really nice, just simple profile. I think it actually won an award in like 2020, 2021 for Best New Knife. It's very solid, very simple, and it seems like it's actually built to last. And best of all, it's cheap. This cost me $29 on Amazon, which is a pretty good price for a decent knife. Okay, the last thing I want to show you before I show you the bag that I carry all this stuff in is the Apple Watch. You might be wondering, again, why is there two watches in here? I have the Casio and the Apple Watch. Why is that? Well, I have been using my phone less, and that means to stay in contact, I've actually been using an Apple Watch with cellular on it. So I carry this with me so that I can receive calls, get texts, all that stuff. The reason I have it on this lanyard instead of on a watch band is I've just taken to not really wanting to wear the Apple Watch that much anymore. I've had this one for years. This is a Series 4. I think it came out in 2019. It is very old, but it still works. I just prefer to keep it in my pocket, and it still can let me receive messages and all that. But when I check the time, I just want to see what time it is. I don't want to see notifications. I don't care about all the connected stuff. I'm literally just using this like a very small dumb phone. That's sort of the way I think about using this old Apple Watch. For a while, I was using this where I just carried it without the strap on it. So I just had it like this in my pocket, which is cool because I feel like an Apple Watch can be like the smallest phone you can carry if you have a cellular plan on it. But that actually got quite annoying because it would slip out of my pocket because it was so slippery. And so I got this little clip for it, which allows me to clip it to my belt buckle or to a bag. So it lets me keep myself connected, but I don't actually have to wear the watch all the time. So I also carry a multi-tool. This is a Leatherman Black Wave. It is just a classic style Leatherman. It's got the pliers, it's got the knife, it's got a pry bar, screwdriver. What I like about this is that it has the tiny screwdriver as well here, which is great if you work with electronics or if you have kids like I do. Seems like half their toys have battery compartments so you have to unscrew with a tiny knife. I just have this with me. It saves a lot of time. There's scissors on here, kind of most of the tools you would need on a day-to-day basis. The knife on here is not all that great, so I carry it in addition to the Civivi thing. It's always nice to have a multi-tool with you, saves you from having to constantly get out your tool bag and things like that. And this one's pretty low profile, and I like the black color. Fits with my black and green motif quite well. So all of these things can fit in my pockets, believe it or not, and it's not that bulky. It's just sort of spread out on here. But I like to carry it in a bag with a water bottle. So let me show you how I set all of this up in my bag. So this is just a very simple MOLLE-webbed bag for a water bottle. I do not remember the brand of this. I'll post it in the description if I can find it. But it's cool because you can strap stuff to it. It's got a pocket and it's got a big, huge opening here for a water bottle. I actually got this years ago for hiking. It would clip on the side of my backpack, but it came with this strap, and I find I'm using it like, I guess like a purse, if I can say that, and I carry all my stuff in it. So the main thing I keep in this is this 32 or 36 ounce Yeti water bottle. I got this aftermarket lid for it because I didn't like the wide mouth one it came with because you had to unscrew it every time you want to take a sip. I like this because it has a straw and it goes all the way down to the bottom, so you don't have to go through all the rigmarole just when you want a sip of water. And this little handle's handy too. So that fits really nicely in the main compartment. I can take drinks without taking it out. On the back is the pouch that came with the Leatherman Wave. That fits in there easily. In this area, I actually have the green strap for my Apple Watch if I want to use it like a watch. I keep it in the little mesh there. But I usually just clip this stuff to that mesh pocket on the outside of it. So I can keep all of that in there. The lighter usually sits in the bottom, and even the wallet I often have in here as well. Zips up easily. This that holds my keys can go on the outside like that, and I can clip the keys on and off to it. And all it is pretty compact. You can carry it like this. You can put it over the shoulder with the strap. It's really simple to use. These other things, the watch, obviously I wear on my wrist. This is always in my pocket because it does count your steps if you have it in your pocket. So kind of pedometer still works on there even if it's not on your wrist. And this is always in my back pocket. So with a fairly clean, simple setup, I can carry all the stuff I need and I don't need to have a phone with me all the time. That's sort of the goal here. Plus it looks cool. If you're interested in picking any of these up, I'll have links in the description for all of them. And let me know in the comments, what are your favorite everyday carry items? What is something I should add to my kit? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.